So something you may have noticed is that when I compare games in broad strokes, or in general, I try to compare games that are very similar to each other. But sometimes games are so similar and have so much in common that it's uncanny. And in those situations, I like to compare the games directly. So, welcome to Watchmen The End Is Nigh / Kick-Ass 2. Watchmen The End Is Nigh is an amazing licensed beat-em-up that has very satisfying combat, strategy that relies on the characters' personalities to fuel their distinctive combat styles, a combo system that encourages creative chaining, but also discourages button mashing, and allows casual players just as much chance to complete the game, just in a less show-offy fashion. And Kick-Ass 2 tries to do a surprising amount of the same things. It also has a system in place to discourage button mashing, the exact same system in fact. It also encourages creative chaining of combos into each other, but it makes it less apparent how to do so to the player, making the game more difficult for the casual audience, and also trusting them less with the game's challenge by telegraphing attacks far more clearly to the point of it being a little bit insulting, and also giving the player an invincibility button. The character's personality also doesn't inform his moveset beyond a comedic level, and the variety in combos goes almost completely to waste because there's only a couple you would ever actually want to use in any given situation. The combat style, flow of the gameplay, and even regenerating health are almost beat for beat the same as Watchmen The End Is Nigh, with only one notable exception to the mechanics. So I think playing the two side by side to show how you do a licensed, slow-paced beat-em-up right and then very, very wrong is a good idea. In this video, we're going to be looking at the first chapters of Watchmen and Kick-Ass 2. Both games conveniently come in 6 chapters, so we can cover one chapter of each game per video. So let's get started with the good stuff. Let's go into Watchmen.
There's no time for rules. I wish we'd have to follow those stupid rules.
Sing.
You got it.
That they were bad and go out of their way to make it bad. Like, people just aren't moving that much, you know.
The backgrounds, the backgrounds are really cool too. This looks like the show if it were 3D.
But from the looks of things, it's up to us to try to help quell
What are
this
we,
riot.
there's a lot
So we're going to be playing as Night Owl. And Rorschach's fighting styles are as different as night and day, just as the characters are as different as night
I
and
like
day.
him because his chin
Rorschach's
looks like
fighting
a J
style is more
or L.
aggressive and features a dodge, as well as Rorschach
I
being
don't know,
allowed
he's
to
got
pick
like
up
the chin.
weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Night Owl is far more technical.
It's like, that's like...
He has
Jargon von Strength.
combos he can block, and he can use his suit to do all kinds of fancy weird stuff. Now, the way the combo system in this game works is that if you want to perform a combo, you have to do the next hit in the chain after the current hit lands. You cannot just button mash, you cannot press the buttons early. You have to wait until the hit lands before you press the next button in the combo. Not many beat-em-ups do this. It works very well in Watchmen because the hits are very deliberate, very slow, and not only is the hit recoil massive, not only is there a great amount of feedback, but in addition to that, you can see at the bottom of the started a combo properly, because if you have, buttons will appear on the bottom of the of where you are in the combo. This makes the game feel more like a rhythm game as opposed to just a normal beat-em-up. I assume the developers were aware the way they did combos was abnormal, because the usage of buttons on the bottom of the screen to show you where you are in your combo makes it a lot easier for normal people to grasp what's going on. Now, it's also important to mention that each combo is like a recipe for a different utility. For example, we have area attacks and knockdown attacks, and we need to perform different combos to do all of them. Or most 3 light hits, but we can do a more complex done with light, heavy, light, which we can chain up with a heavy attack to knock the enemy over. We can knock the enemy down with 3 consecutive heavy attacks.
Let's just go figure out.
And we can do an area attack by pressing light, heavy, heavy.
I will. I got
The cool thing about these combos, though, is that they can be chained into each other. For example, to chain an area attack into a heavy attack, heavy, heavy, or to chain it into a maximum damage combo, we can do light, heavy, heavy, light, light, heavy.
It'll be fun.
And if you really want to show off, you can add an extra light attack, heavy, light, heavy. This being the first level in the game, the enemies are fairly weak and they will go down with just one stun combo or just one knockdown combo, and then you can kick them while they're down to take them out for good. You can also throw enemies, which I assume you'll be seeing shortly if I can make it out here. Throwing enemies has very, very specific utilities. You usually only want to throw enemies when there's a clear pit to throw them into, but there are some other situations that you'll probably see. Now, you may think of the combo system and be like, okay, so I could use the combos, but what's to stop me from just button mashing? Aside from the fact that I'd be missing out on cool combos.
You don't even have to, like,
when you do a combo, your character attacks faster.
Wake up, it doesn't matter.
If you don't perform a combo successfully, the enemy will interrupt your attack and fuck you over. But if you perform a combo successfully, the enemy will not interrupt your attack.
Literally, like, he won't chase after you. He won't move. That's Mark Chain, by the way.
And it's a very big difference. Either you learn the rhythm of the game and do combos properly, or the enemies will interrupt your attacks and fuck you over.
Yeah. The writing, though,
now, there's another incentive to do combos properly, and the fact that combos also deal more damage. And as was previously mentioned, perform specific utilities, such as stunning certain enemies, or knocking them over, or just plain getting them out of your way with an area attack. Night Owl's combos are a lot more varied and can be chained into each other a lot easier, but Rorschach has his own special utilities we'll see sometime in the far future. We do have a defensive option, in that we can block and counterattack after the enemy's blow hits, or just before it hits. The thing about the counterattack, though, is that the enemies all attack at different speeds depending on where you are in the game. You get hit in the face. I counterattack far too early a lot in this level, and that's because I'm used to end-game enemies which attack a lot faster. If you want the counterattack to work every time because you don't feel like showing off, then just wait until the enemy hits your block and then press X or light it sing. There is no special notification when an enemy is about to strike you. They don't glow or have anything above their head. You just have to watch their movements. But this game's combat is fairly slow-paced compared to most 3D beat-em-ups and hack-and-slashes, so it's pretty easy to read the enemy's movements, and it also eases you into it. Late in the game, the enemies attack really fast, but early they attack slow enough that you can easily read their movements. One of Night Owl's special abilities is that he can electrify his suit, which allows him to deal more damage in addition to knocking down any nearby enemies